Hello, everybody. We're back. Today, we've got a new story for you, and of course, our friend Buster is going to share our story time. Hi, Buster. Say hello to everybody out there. Okay, so today the story is The Dwarfs of Barley Hill. It's a two-part story, so let's see how it goes. Part 1 of The Dwarfs of Barley Hill is The Giant Peppercorn's End. Once upon a time, there were two little dwarfs, and their names were Tapioca and Semolina. But these names were too long for other dwarfs to remember, so they always called them Tappy and Semo for short. Semo and Tappy were twins, and although they were very good natured and friends with everybody, they were really most unfortunate little fellows. Everything always seemed to go wrong when they arrived on the scene. One hot September afternoon, Semo was sharpening a knife on a grindstone outside the little hut in which they lived, while Tappy was milking Kate, their big brown cow. "Now I've done it again," groaned Semo, as the handle of the knife fell on one side of the grindstone, and the blade on the other. "What have you done, dear brother?" asked Tappy, rising hastily from his milking stone and knocking it over as he did so. "I've broken our nicest knife," said Semo, and he let loose the handle of the grindstone, which swung round and hit him on the chin, making him cry. Tappy sat down on his stool in dismay, but as it was lying on its side, he only fell flop on the ground, breaking a leg off the stool and bursting two buttons of his tunic as he lay there, waving his legs helplessly in the air. Meanwhile, Kate, that's the cow, had looked round at him in mild surprise and took the opportunity of setting her right foreleg in the milk pail. "Dear me, this is most distressing," said Tappy as he picked himself up. Tappy always said that when anything went wrong. He went to his brother, wiped his tears with his own handkerchief, and comforted him kindly. "It's lucky that old Barley invited us to tea today," he said, "for Kate has spilt every drop of our milk." "Poor Kate," said Tappy, "as she is always unfortunate and is so sensitive about it." Kate turned round to smile at Tappy, and as she did so, her tail swept Semo's hat to the ground, and the hatband burst. "Dear me, this is most distressing," said Tappy. Old Barley was the king of the dwarfs of Barley Hills, and it was his birthday. He was a crusty old fellow with a weather-beaten face and long white beard, but he was much respected, and the dwarfs felt highly honored at being invited to take tea with him. They stuck a piece of plaster on Semo's chin, laid 3 fir cones on their doorstep, which is a sign that a dwarf is out, kissed Kate goodbye, and left her pegged by the tail to the clothesline. Then they started off. The road led uphill, and at one place was crossed by a stream where you had to paddle to the other side. The twins hung their shoes and stockings round their necks, but unfortunately, as ever, Tappy trod on a round stone. With a wild shriek, he clutched Semo's coat and dropped a shoe and a stocking into the water. Semo clasped his brother in his arms and dragged him to safety on the other side. Tappy had now only one shoe and one stocking, so he put the stocking on one leg and the shoe on the other, and hoped old King Barley would not notice anything wrong. The front of Semo's coat was torn, so he decided to hold his hat over it when he bowed to his chief. Perhaps That would not be noticed either. We must behave very nicely, said Samo, for last time we were invited, old Barley called us those dreadful twins. Yes, said Tappy mournfully. It was the day when we sat in the dish of strawberries and cream. It was most distressing. Well, we will be extra careful this time, said Samo. At length they reached the ancient ring of rocks, which stood on the moorland above the Barley Hills. An opening between two rocks led to a large cave, in which resided old Barley, king of the dwarfs of Barley Hills. The space between the rocks was laid out as a beautiful garden with lawns and flower beds, and even greenhouses and cucumber frames, and all the most modern improvements. This afternoon old King Barley stood at the entrance of the cave and beamed a welcome to his guests. Tea was set out on the rocks around. There was honey and wild strawberries and all sorts of good things. Semo and Tappy made their bows, Semo holding his hat in front of his coat to hide the rent that Tappy had made.